I think we might have all done it somewhat in sync, and I'm proud of us for that. Because, you know, I don't know.
It's always a struggle.
It's always a struggle. A constant struggle. But you know what? It's fine. We're here, and we made it. And it's back. It's back, everyone. It's back. We're here. But anyway, literally. But sawadee-ka, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Ooh, I'm getting washed out by this lighting right now. Ooh, Lord Jesus. I just look all white, which tracks because I'm very white. But I'm just drinking water. That's all. Hydration is important. Thank you.
And hello, everyone. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I'm not drinking anything. I didn't grab anything to drink. I just sat right down and was like, let's just get this started because I was so excited. But I do always have my cup mug available just in case I get thirsty. And you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless your country is under fire, on fire, or underwater, then there are some excuses. And if that is the case, our thoughts and our prayers here at the Cup go out to you and yours. And we hope that everyone gets through whatever is going on safely and everything can get at least back to some sense of normalcy. We are praying for that. And once you are back in your normal state and you're ready to celebrate getting over that trial that you just went through, celebrate with some cup merch. Period. Thank you.
Absolutely. And hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I'm also just drinking water today. Stay hydrated. You know, I'm just excited. I'm just excited today to talk about this. So yeah, I'm excited.
Hi, I am River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. And today I'm wearing my favorite shirt, so I want to show it off. It's my Toon Squad Looney Tunes Space Jam shirt. And because Tweety is not on the shirt, I decided to pick my Tweety mug to drink some water today. Because I just love him. So, yeah. And just a little disclaimer. It is my first time experiencing Drag Race Thailand. So I am very excited. I don't have anything to compare it to.
Neither do I.
Right? So take that into consideration with all of my thoughts on this episode today. And the season overall.
Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have two fabulous people in purple diagonally across who have never watched. And then Eduardo and I, they kind of almost wearing the same color. At least it looks that way on my screen.
I could change into a white shirt if you want, so that we're matching.
I mean, your walls are the same color.
Yeah.
Y'all look about the same.
Actually, no, this is a tan wall.
It looks about the same color online.
Yeah.
This one is.
There you go. Close enough.
Anyway, oh my god, it's back! Drag Race Thailand is back! Oh my god. So many new, fun, different things.
Oh my god.
This episode was very differently different.
Yes.
And I'm not mad at it. I'm just happy Drag Race Thailand is back. Quite honestly and genuinely, I'm just happy Drag Race Thailand is back. So, we're going to dive into the premiere. We're going to do all those lovely, wonderful, and fantastic things. And talk about all the differences and the changes and things like that. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises we are currently covering. So, as we now do here at The Cup, we are going to start out this episode by just giving our first impressions on all of the queens that entered the workroom. And there's 11 of them. So we're going to give real quick, real short first impressions. Boom, shakak, boom. And first up, Sriracha hot sauce. River, 1 to 2 words. What do you think of Sriracha?
Loved her personality. Her style is not for me.
I would say just funny girl. Funny girl.
Spicy, yet
No, that's
No, that's someone else.
I
someone
know
else.
what. Don't do that to me when I know what I'm
The way
talking
we
about.
both went for the joke at the same time.
Yeah. Are we sharing the brain cell
Y'all are-
again? Are we
Because
sharing
we
the brain
shared
cell?
the same brain cell
We
from
do.
time to
Wow.
time.
We are sharing the brain cell.
That's
All
wild.
three of us are sharing the brain cell over here, and then there's just Lana.
That's wild. My brain is too big to share with anyone. Thank you.
Valid.
No, just kidding. I like her. I'll just say that.
She got hot sauce in her hair.
Hot
Again.
sauce in my bag,
I love the
but-
ponytail out of the bottle. That's so cool.
Ponytail.
Sauce in my
You
bag.
may have seen a look very similar to this one on our Instagram review that we did.
It was the same look. It
wasn't the same look. It was not the
Same
same
color
look.
palette.
It
Same
was-
color palette, same idea, different look.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the same look. Anyways.
not the same look. See, Eduardo trying to shade the Rothschild. Nah.
No, I was not. That's not shade. I was just gonna say, like, it's
Why
okay
would
if you're wearing
Being
something.
sustainable be shade.
Yeah, like if you're wearing something that you already wore on your Instagram on Drag Race, that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm not gonna shade you for that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, agreed.
Yeah.
ZP.
I never thought I would want to marry someone, but I'm thinking about changing my mind. I'm obsessed. I am in love with her.
I'm not surprised.
Well,
Am I bisexual? Am I attracted to this? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
mhm.
That's my thoughts.
I mean,
Poor Gina. Poor Gina.
Am I pansexual? Basically.
yes.
Basically.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Spectrum.
Yay! And Lana's just sitting here like, yes.
Yes.
Because she's what?
She's happy for us.
An ally.
Ally, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I am very much happy for you. Thirst on it.
I plan on it. There are a couple people on this cast. I plan on it. Next up, Frankie Wonga.
I'm excited for her. I'm intrigued. This prosthetic, bitch.
She just keeps surprising me. Like I don't expect a lot that she brings, but she keeps surprising me.
I'm happy she is on my team. Period. Because I am Team Frankie up in here. And I said it, and I'm so happy she is doing what she's doing. Because this right here,
Mhm.
Bitch. That's all.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Karamite.
I'm still on the fence. She still hasn't. She hasn't won me over yet. But I also have nothing against her. So I'm still figuring out. But I do like this look.
I want to see more. I want to see more because right now there's still a lot of question marks.
Mhm.
Honestly, that could be it.
Yeah,
that could
like,
just be your answer, Lana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
valid.
I don't want to be like, but Mm, mm, mm. What, question mark? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
I was so confused about what you were doing.
I'm very confused about her. So yeah.
Oh,
But
Lord.
I don't know.
pretty girl. Pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to say about Kara. Love her mother.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Godland.
I love this wig.
Oh.
Those are my thoughts. I do like this wig.
I see potential here. I see potential. We just need to clean it up a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have a starkly contrasting opinion to all of you. I'm obsessed.
Okay.
Good.
I am obsessed.
Somebody needs to be for her right now.
I am obsessed. I am so happy Godlin's on my team. Like I'm very.
I am obsessed with this color palette right here.
Yes.
These colors together, love.
We'll talk more about it in the look over here, but yes, I agree.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Benzediva.
I like her so far, but I don't know. I feel I'm still question mark. You know, I want to like her more, but I'm still something is not clicking for me yet.
Potential mother in the making. We just have to just give her more airtime, and she'll be there.
Showgirl.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
We have the makings of a potential mother. Give her airtime. I know that's exactly what Eduardo said, but I am agreeing with the statement.
Yes. You just flipped it around a little bit, you know.
I did. But I felt like the statement needed to be reinforced.
Agreed.
Fair.
Shotgun.
You know this is my kind of you know.
Yeah.
You know this is my thing. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited.
She's just really the definition of fun. She's just fun all around. I really enjoyed her.
I am so excited for her. As much as, and I hope, I just like her. From this look, this entrance, I was like, man, I'm happy she's on my team. And I still feel that way. I don't care. Nothing happens. I still feel that way because she excites me.
Okay. Lana, do you mind holding up your question mark for me?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
did you get rid of the question mark?
No, I did not. It's always here.
Okay. That's how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Fair.
I had to have a question mark for somebody. Unfortunately, it's short.
I'm still on the question mark for a lot of them. So,
and I have the fact that Shotgun is the one that's been doing drag for 5 months.
Right.
Gagged me. Because when Pangina told us that there was a queen that had been doing drag for 5 months, I did not think it was Shotgun.
No.
Mm-mm.
And speaking of, this is a perfect time to plug the fact that we got to interview Pangina fucking Heels, and it's available on the channel right now.
Period.
Jesus
Mother.
Christ.
She is
Mother.
How did that happen? I don't know. And guess what? I don't
David
care.
Healy.
Just know it did.
David Healy is the reason.
Just know it did. It happened, y'all. And we got Pangina on this here channel. If you ain't watched it, go check it out.
if you didn't watch our interview with Pangina, you're only getting part
Half
of the
the story.
story. Not even half, just part.
Not even half, just part.
Yeah, not even.
You're missing out on almost 40 minutes of beauty and excellence and absolute buffoonery.
And
in the
fun.
best way possible.
And fun.
Yes.
But
Siam Fusi!
Another question mark. Because she started with this look and then, well, we know. So, yeah. I went from one extreme to the other real fast, and I'm not upset about it, honestly. I'm interested.
Like I've said before, I see potential here. There's something here. There's something here. Yet again, question mark. Question marks all around.
in this moment, when she walks into this workroom,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
period.
And can you leave that sign up, Lana?
Sure can.
Because that's how I feel too.
Because you walk in here looking like that, baby, I don't care what the rest of the episode is for you. All in this moment, you were obsessed when she walked in the room. I was obsessed when she walked in this room. I was like, oh,
she gagged everyone.
Oh,
like
she gagged them all.
The girl, like everyone.
The way everyone was like, now who the fuck is this?
Who is this?
The way she had to introduce herself
Introduce herself 2-3 times.
I loved it. I loved it.
It
I
was
was obsessed
hilarious.
with that. I loved it.
Very
I almost thought about introducing her again before each one of you said it. But I was like, that's going to get annoying, so I didn't. Nane Sfera! And I'm so happy I finally know how to say her fucking name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it supposed to be like Nanosphere?
I hope that's what it is. But it's pronounced like Saphira Crystal. So I'm like, okay, cool. Nane Safira.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Because I didn't know how to pronounce her last name. Because I just couldn't tell from everyone saying it. And then eventually when Pangina said it, I was like, okay, cool, got it. Like, it's just because I'm not that familiar with the Thai language.
Oh, me neither. I had a really hard time with like being able to, because the first names are fine. Like I'm good with the first names, but the queens that have like more than one name, it gets a little bit, a little complicated. Especially because it's the first episode and it's like 11 new names. So
right,
yeah.
But Nane, which I'm gonna call her Nane because we're close like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also had kind of a trip with her this episode. So I still don't know where I stand because I started being really excited and then not so much. So I'm still on the fence, but I'm looking on the positive side. I think she's going to surprise me in a positive way.
Why are a lot of these girls just not getting a lot of airtime? I'm just confused as to why like, hello? What is going on? Like, why are we not giving any of them airtime? Like, I felt like I didn't see her almost at all throughout this entire episode. So I can't really say much on her personality, but like, I adore her drag, but there's still a lot that I don't know about her.
I put my question mark away, but I have questions. I like her and I like this. And I was like, oh yes. But then I was like, but I don't know. So far, in this moment, I'll just go like I did. I'm gonna stick with what I did with Siam. From this moment, she ate. I liked it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the rest later.
Yeah. I think she's also a potential mother in the making. I see the potential there. I have something, because I agree with you, Eduardo. I have something to bring up after we give our first impressions, which is just on the editing in general. But I agree with you. We didn't really see her at all in this episode. And I'm upset by that. Spicy Sunshine.
See, this is another person that I'm still a little neutral on. Because for the first episode, usually for me, I really like a few queens, and then the others I'm like still trying to figure out. I don't really have an opinion right away. So this is another queen that I don't really have an opinion right away still after one episode. But just like Nani, I think she's gonna surprise me in a positive way.
Yeah, and I think so far she has been surprising me, like positively, but I still need to see more. I still need to see more.
I'm ready to be surprised. I like her, but I'm ready to be surprised.
I think from my preseason thoughts to now, I think she is the person that surprised me the most in this episode.
Okay.
Like just from the Meet the Queens and what we got on social media, I'll be 100% honest. I don't think that I had the highest opinion of her. I didn't dislike her by any means of the imagination. But what I got in this episode really did surprise me in a positive way. And I'm excited to be surprised more by Spicy. I also just love that we can be like, oh, and Spicy slayed. Like, she was a spicy surprise in this episode for me.
The opportunity for puns, I love it.
Yes. And last up, Gigi Ferocious.
See, here is where I see the potential. Because I like what I've seen so far, but I just know. I know that there is so much more. And I'm excited to see it, and I hope we get to see it in this season. I'm just, from this first episode, I just feel that we can see more. In the best way possible.
Yeah, she's just so pretty. She's just so pretty. And that's truly all I can really say as of right now. She's so pretty. Yet again, mother in the making, but we have to give it time. We have to give it time.
She's definitely potential. I see the same thing where I'm like, I see a mother in the making with this one. And I'm excited. She made me excited in this coming in, and she made me excited throughout this episode. So I'm excited about this one.
4 for 4, very excited for Gigi. I think she is going to provide such a different energy that Drag Race Thailand has frankly never had.
You know what? She gave me a little bit, not just like visually, because visually reminded me of Lux because of the pink with the with the black and that similar silhouette. But her kind of vibe with being like a model, but also we know that there's so much in there, reminds me of Naomi Smalls when she came out in season 8.
Oh yeah,
very, very much.
Absolutely,
I have the same feeling with Gigi.
Okay, no, I am on board with that with you.
Yes,
100%,
absolutely,
100%.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, and now I'm more excited.
I am embracing it. I am eating it up. The vibes are vibing. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Okay, I want to talk first about the overall structure of the episode, the editing, and just the weirdness. Because I'm gonna be honest, and this has nothing to do with Pangina or any of the judges or the girls at all. This episode and this premiere felt weird. In that I would take a good guess, and if y'all know in the comments, please let us know. I would love to know if y'all have any tea about this. I would bet good money that the people editing this and the people producing this season have not produced or edited a Drag Race season before. Things felt very weird. I don't feel like we got any sort of confessionals from any of the girls that gave them any ounce of personality. I don't think I could say that about any one of the 11 queens on this cast. The personality we got from them,
a narrator of the season vibe from any of them yet, and we always get at least like one or two in the first episode that we see as like potential narrators, and we didn't.
The only person that I could say is giving like a bit of a narrator vibe is Benzadiva, only because she was the one that was kind of framing all the conversations. And I think she got the mostly because then in the middle of her talent portion, we'll talk about it, she had to explain her talent portion. So for me, it's frustrating because I want to get personality in the confessionals from these queens as much as I'm getting personality from them in the workroom. I will also say, and this is something we all talked about briefly before we started recording, everyone felt nervous, and I understand why. The girls felt nervous, Pangina felt nervous, and there is proof on the internet of me saying that I am truly obsessed with Pangina and I love everything she does. Pangina felt nervous, and we'll talk about the mini challenge, but that's where I felt it the most from Pangina.
And hey, maybe she wasn't, but I agree with you. It felt that way, but we don't know. But
it's
definitely.
This is the first franchise to be basically canceled and revived, and now thankfully they're not the only ones. And I'm very excited. If y'all didn't see, the rights for Drag Race Holland were bought by a production company in the Netherlands. So we should be getting the revamp. I'm hoping it's Drag Race Netherlands, quite honestly, and not Drag Race Holland. But we are going to be getting more Dutch drag on TV, which I am very excited about. Please let Envy Peru host, for the love of everything good in the universe.
Please.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I'm on my knees because I don't want another Vivaldi situation anyways.
No. But back to Thailand, the pressure was on for this premiere, and you could tell that there was nerves and there was anticipation, and rightly so. I hope that this season is a slow burn and that it just keeps getting better and better and better every single week. And I think we are going to get that. But this premiere felt weird because of the editing and because of everything that was going on with the girls, with the judges, and with Pangina, just all feeling nervous. So
I mean, yeah, the season is just trying to catch its footing as of right now. Like I said before we started this recording, this is basically them just revamping, and this is basically their season 1 again. So all of it is different. All of this is new. So we're basically back to square one, trying to find our footing, trying to know what this new Drag Race Thailand is gonna be. And I felt like everyone in the room knew that was the situation that they were under. And so that's why a lot of things felt like nervous. A lot of the girls felt nervous like a lot of the time. And when it comes to the challenge, we will get there. But also I felt like the judging and the girls everything was nervous. And so hopefully once we get our footing, we will quickly get a really, really good season. But we just have to find our footing.
Yeah, it is the first season of Thailand that I am watching, but at the same time, it is the revamp. So I'm kind of seeing it through the lens of it. I'm not judging it as a season 3 of a franchise the same way that I would other franchises. Yeah. I'm judging it more with an eyes of like, this is their first season of this franchise. Because it's not, but kind of is. So I'm kind of giving them grace in that way. Not the girls necessarily, but I mean like production, like you said, Logan. Because I honestly wouldn't put this in like on the Queens or Pangina or any of that, because I actually think Pangina is a great host. From what I've seen in one episode, I really enjoyed it. And so far, I think this cast is really talented, and I think we're gonna have a great season if editing changes a little bit. We kind of had that with the Paramount seasons, Germany, Brazil, and Mexico, right? the first episodes, at least of Brazil, were like
Weird.
not it. We remember, unfortunately. But they were able to catch up, and it ended up being a great season. So I'm hoping for that here.
I think that with it being, I think the nerves just fully came in because of everything that's riding on this. And so therefore, that is why I didn't take this as like, oh my God, this is so bad. Because this is like you said, Eduardo, this is like them starting fresh. This is starting new everything, new format, new everything. And like at River, I didn't watch the first 2 seasons, so I had no idea what the first 2 seasons are. So all I can do is go into this with knowing the Drag Race that I have watched and that I do know. And this is the format that I'm used to seeing anyway. So it's like, okay, this is like season 1 for them. This is like start all over. And so I don't judge any other franchise on their first season and like, oh my God, this is, I give them grace. So and like you said, River, we saw what happened with Brazil. The first few episodes was not great. The editing had to find their footing and get it together. I feel like Thailand will do the same thing. By the end of the season, we'll be like, okay, all right. It's still little kinks that they need to work out for next season, but I think they're getting it. I think they're coming along. And so hopefully by the end of the season, we'll be like, okay, I get it. It's getting better. It's better. And they can keep working on it for the next season. So by season 4, we shouldn't have no issues.
And I want to wrap this discussion because obviously there is a lot more to talk about. But I also want to point out this is very much so a season 1 in the fact that this is the first season with a modern Drag Race format. The season 1 and season 2 of Thailand did not have this format. It was very different, where the Maxi Challenge was judged separately, and the runway is what sent people home. And so it is, there's going to be an adjustment period for that. And there's going to be an adjustment period for this season in general. I fundamentally believe this season will get better as we go on, for sure. But the girls all come in, they do their thing. No one knows Siam. And that's honestly the biggest point to bring up from the entrances, is just no one knows who Siam is. And I low-key wish they would have...
The elusive Chantruse.
Dude, literally, the elusive Chantruse, the girl from the US that nobody knows. Yes. I kind of wish they had brought her in last. I like Gigi coming in last, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I kind of wish they would have brought her in last, and then everyone be like, who the hell is... Huh?
Yeah, either
being like, oh my God,
10
queens. Oh my God, 10 queens. Now who?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because apparently everyone else knew each other coming into the season.
Oh, yeah, they've all clearly worked with each other.
Everyone lied to each other, telling, like, oh, I'm not going to be on the season, I didn't get on, whatever. And then everyone's on the season, and they're telling each other, like, oh, you bitch, you lied to me. How dare you?
Because from what I understand, there are 2 main, and please, again, correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, there's 2 main drag bars, at least in Manila, that most people work at. And it's either Pangina's bar...
I think you mean, isn't it Bangkok in Thailand?
Or it is Bangkok. I'm so used to saying Manila because of Philippines. Thank you. Yeah. In Bangkok. And it's Pangina's bar. Mm-hmm. And the Stranger Bar, which is run by M. Stranger Fox, who was on season 2 of Drag Race Thailand. So, like, it's one of those things where it's like, everyone obviously knows each other because there are probably very, very limited places to perform and work throughout Thailand. And so obviously everyone knows who each other is because they're all,
they all of each other's names through like other friends or
Exactly. But Pangina comes in looking wonderful, looking beautiful, stunning, one could say.
She has like the perfect canvas to work with, but then you put in like the style eye that she has, and it's just perfection. Like her out of drag look is drag. Like it's insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we got the first 2 seasons of Thailand, and that is what we are going to get this season too. And Pangina talked about the fashion too. Pangina talked about the fashion too in our interview with her, and I'm excited I'm excited for the workroom Pangina looks as much as I am for the runway Pangina looks. But we find out that the prize for the season is obviously Crown and Scepter. We have an Anastasia Beverly Hills sponsorship, which I'm really excited to see. I think that's a great choice by Norvina and her team to sponsor this franchise that's coming back. And
what was it before?
I honestly don't think there was a makeup sponsorship.
Okay.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched season 2 of Thailand, so I wouldn't remember.
I might be getting confused with like older US seasons, but it could have been NYX, but I don't know.
Okay. So I just looked it up because I'm on the fandom wiki right now. So Angela Anong, who won a gift voucher from Wind Holistic Clinic worth 100,000 baht, a round trip flight to the Maldives for 2 from Air Asia worth 50,000 baht, a crown jewel made by Fierce Drag Jewels worth 250,000 baht, and a cash prize of 500,000 baht. So that's it. That's all she got.
They didn't have the makeup, but they gave them like other.
I don't think so.
Like
I don't think there was a makeup thing, because at the time, Thailand was the first international spinoff. So at the time, like, I think Drag Race Thailand season 2 aired in the same year as season 1 of UK, I think, or they weren't that far apart. Like, that's the timeline we're looking at for it. But yeah, we find out that it's Anastasia Beverly Hills. We get the Crown and Scepter from, I think it is Fierce Drag Jewels, and 650,000 baht, which is just under 20,000 US, which is not bad, seeing as how the original prize was 500,000 baht, which is closer to like 17 or 16,000 US. It's not bad. It's not a bad prize package by any means. And because Thailand is, you know, is a smaller country, it's going to go much farther than it would here. So, or anywhere else really. But we go to our first mini challenge. It is a good old-fashioned photo shoot.
I love it when it's photo shoots for the first episode. Let's just keep it classy.
The ideal.
Yes.
The ideal.
Yes.
They have to pose with 2 very attractive pit crew members. And I put it on Twitter, but please, for the love of God, if y'all know the social media of these 2 men here, these 2 manses, please let me know specifically. My Twitter is linked below. Thank you very much. So they have to pose with 2 pit crew members. Yes, and Eduardo. Both of our Twitters are linked below, as well as Lana's. Go follow Lana because she's fabulous. And I would mention Rivers, but
I don't have Twitter.
Exactly. But we're posing with a giant glass of Thai tea included. And the most important part.
Why couldn't it be water? Why would they make the girls' outfits and skin sticky because of the tea? Why couldn't it be just water? Anyway.
We'll talk about it. But the winner of this mini challenge was the photographer dressed as a damn fucking China cup.
Hello?
And then
devoured.
And then their hair was the tea coming out of the teapot into the cup that then disappeared halfway through the photo shoot, and I lived. Did y'all notice that?
Absolutely, yes, I did.
By like the 6th or 7th queen, the cup was just gone, and it was just tea. I died.
It was so good.
I said he devoured, and everybody coming in there looks very second, like afterthoughts compared.
Yeah.
When they first showed him, I was like, hold on, wait, what is happening here? And I had to stop and pause and look at him like, what is? Oh, that's a dang teak. You know what? I can't.
And the face makeup like matching perfect. I can't. I cannot.
I don't know who this person is.
Some of the girls.
He ate all them queens up. I'm just saying. He ate them up. Ate one down.
Probably my favorite look of this entire episode.
Yeah.
The top 3
Can we
looks of
score
the
the
episode
photographer?
were
The photographer.
The photographer gets a full cup.
Photographer.
a
Period.
full
The
cup.
photographer gets
Full
a
cup
Period.
from the photographer.
Absolutely.
Period.
Like, honestly, were my 3 favorite looks of this episode the photographer, Pangina in the workroom, and Pangina on the runway? Yes.
Fully.
Yes.
Honestly.
We need to
And that's
force
no
David
shade to the girls.
add the photographer to the.
Dave, if you're listening to this, add the photographer, please. And it's a full all the way around. Thank you. Thank you, Diva. This is where I noticed Pangina was very nervous because she just kept talking over the girls. And at one point, I got so frustrated that I literally just shouted, "Shut up, Pangina!" to my TV. And Pangina, I love you. And there is a very high likelihood that you are watching this video. And I love you so severely. So severely. But you annoyed the shit out of me in that moment, girl. I was just like, Pangina, shut up! Like,
honestly, I went through the same experience. At one point I looked at her, I was like, shut up.
let them model, Pangina. Damn it. They can't hear the photographer, and then you're complaining about them not being able to hear the photographer because
Look, I know what she was trying to do, though. I know.
I do too.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
She was literally trying to direct them and be like, hey, talk to the pit crew, talk to the photographer, move a little bit, da. But baby, you gotta let them do it. You gotta give them. I know you're trying to be the mother of, the mother hen, but you gotta let them fly. You tell them once, and then you step back. Like, now, if you don't do it, that's because it's on you. And if your pictures don't come out good, it's because you didn't follow my directions. Let them fly, mother. Let them fly. Yeah, it was a little too much.
But I think it wasn't. I don't think it was her trying to be genuine. I think it was like kind of like her trying to do maybe like a bit or like a character of like the and it just didn't translate. I don't know.
What I thought was happening was that I thought that Pangina was going out of her way to distract the girls, to test the girls to see who worked well under pressure. When they're when you're getting a lot of directions and like
I could see that.
You're like someone is talking to you very loud, like several people are talking to you very loudly, telling you what to do. You have to like work really quickly and do all of this stuff and like be creative at the same time. Like at some point I was like, maybe this is what it's trying to do, but I was also kind of like, can we tone it down a little bit, please and thank you? This is a lot. I got
my ADHD ass brain could not process the fact that Pangina was talking and the director was talking. And then sometimes when they cut to the confessionals of the girls talking about the photo shoot, you could still hear Pangina in the background.
Yeah, I mean, that's
like the audio mixing of this episode.
I was gonna say that the audio throughout this entire episode bothered me so much because there were moments where I was just like, oh, my earbuds are not working. It's like it sounds very quiet. And then I would turn up the audio, and then suddenly Pangina would talk, and it would be the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then, like, throughout the entire challenge, the music changed, like, decibels. Yeah. And then, like, when like, people were judging, like, people were louder than others. And, Lord.
So I actually have a theory. So, I went back to pull screenshots from this episode about an hour and a half before we filmed this episode. And the episode 1 is not currently available on WoW Presents Plus. I think they're re-editing it to fix those issues. And I hope that is the
audio
case.
issues, you mean?
I hope,
Okay.
I hope I hope they're re-editing it for the audio issues. Because I don't know any other reason why they would just straight up take the episode off of WoW Presents Plus.
I can say it is back on WoW Presents Plus right now.
Okay, cool. Well,
maybe they fixed it.
We'll have to watch it again to see.
Right. But Yeah, and there were some lighting issues as well that I noticed. We have to keep in mind, though, they're filming on the Drag Race Philippines set, and the one critique we always have about Drag Race Philippines is the lighting is weird. So, which also, can we talk about it? If I didn't know that it was the Drag Race Philippines set, I don't know that I would have, because they did a great job at reskinning the whole workroom. This workroom is maybe one of my favorite workrooms this year. Like,
actually, I kind of thought about it when they started the talent show, and I saw like the stage with the screens and like with, you know what I mean, like with the panels in the back. Then I was like, okay, that reminds me of Philippines. But then everything else looked different.
The runway and the judging,
maybe they have like the same background or something, but
the runway and the judging looks very, very similar. They just changed the layout of the LED panels on the actual background of the runway is what it looks like. But the workroom is virtually unrecognizable. And like, Global is going to be the best workroom of the year. We all already know that. Yes. That's fine. It's one thing Global has going for it. But
literally the only thing it's going to be the best at.
Yes. But like Thailand is up there for sure. But
I do gotta say though, before we move on, I do have a critique about the workroom. Can we change the mirrors, please? Can we change?
Oh yeah, these annoying oval mirrors.
Tiny ass oval mirrors. Can we change it, please? Like, not only for Thailand, but also for Mexico, for Brazil, for because these are ugly. These, like, I'm not gonna mince my words. These mirrors are ugly. Plain and simple. That's all I gotta say. Anything else about this workroom? Beautiful. Change the goddamn mirrors, please, and thank you. That's all. Thank you.
I will say, I just went and scanned through to make sure, and yet I think they did some re-editing on the on the first episode. It looks a little brighter. It looks I think they did some re-editing. They took it down, fixed it, and brought it back up. And this is just me going through real quickly. I didn't watch the whole thing. Just scanning through.
I might have to go back through and skim the episode again, because we're talking about the first edition of the edit. This is gonna go on the Drag Race iceberg for the year. This is gonna be on the Drag Race iceberg for the year, like 3 levels down. It's gonna be the first edit of the premiere of Drag Race Thailand season 3. Oh god. But I thought the photo shoots overall turned out pretty great. Like, no one looked bad.
The pictures were really good.
Yeah. And we got our winner was Spicy Sunshine, which I was very happy about. I thought she was good. Wouldn't have been my personal winner, I'll be honest, but definitely up there in ranking for me. Because for me, I would have just had it be Frankie's episode, because I thought Frankie had the best photo for me. That's just me.
Yeah, but I think I would agree with you on that. I think Frankie ate it up.
Yeah.
But a lot of the girls ate it up, though.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, what I also really like is that we have a problem in Drag Race US when, like, some of the girls try to be funny and they pick one of the worst pictures of them trying to be funny. Yeah. And like, oh, this is gonna be your picture. And like, I'm glad that didn't happen here. That all of them like got good pictures. All of them got like an actual good picture taken of them, and that's what they were judged on, and not like a girl randomly spreading her legs by 2 men and like screaming and making this face.
But I think it was, honestly, I'm gonna bring it back. I honestly think it was because the photographer. I think he truly chose the best picture for each of the girls. And the editing on like everything that he did with the picture, just give it to him.
Yes.
Give him a badge.
Yes, he is the winner of this week's challenge.
Congratulations.
That was his talent show.
Teacup photographer.
That was his talent show and his runway at the same time. He is the winner. Yes.
Period.
But also, Spicy Sunshine won. Yay!
Yay!
We then find out that the Maxi Challenge is the talent show per Love a Talent Show premiere.
I don't know about you, but I was like, please, in everything that is holy, let it not be a ball. Please let it not be a ball. That was literally what I said when they were talking.
I am very, very thankful that we only have 22 looks to talk about today.
Oh, I was like, please don't let it be a ball. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we basically get no workroom. We go straight into workroom the next day. And our guest judge, Ying, comes in. And I have no clue who this woman was, but I enjoyed her very much. And I thought she was lovely.
Everybody else seems to love her. So I'm like, okay, I love that for you.
And she gave good advice to the girls. Like, I felt like the advice that she gave them was really good. Like, confidence is key, no matter what you do.
100%.
So, and like we did see like some talent shows that were like fine, but since they were a little more confident than some of the other girls, it looked better. But we'll get there. At least from my point of view, of course.
Oh, I agree fully.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty much there because they showed us.
I was gonna say.
They gave us nothing.
They showed us.
They gave us not. The editing on this episode really was the epitome of go on, girl, give us nothing.
Baby, they were like,
and hey, guess what? Point. Here we go.
The girls. Oops.
The girls.
No, I was gonna say the girls gave us everything. Production gave us nothing.
Gave us nothing. Yeah. They were like,
and you know who else gave us everything? Pangina motherfucking heels. Mother.
Oh, so you want to talk about mother?
Can
also, we want to talk about oh, yeah, no. I was already headed that way. Don't you worry. She did what needed to be done on this occasion. She, Pangina, you ate down, girl.
Can I just say, because I am the bitch that looks at everything, this is already spectacular, but the fact that the sparkle in the stones that she's wearing sparkle kind of bluish, and then she had the blue eyeshadow to match the sparkle of the, I'm obsessed with this. I cannot.
And it's intentional because, and thank you, Pangina, for posting this look and the explanation and the lore behind it, because I was very excited to read it. So this look is inspired by the folk theater tradition of Li Kai. I hope I'm saying that right. Where both men and women wear flamboyant makeup and bejeweled costumes. So this is like very historical. And this form of performance art has been part of the drag tradition in Thailand since the late 19th century. And I think that is so, like, her mind is just incredible. Her mind,
her mind is as incredible as her face. Let's say that.
Yes. I am so happy that Drag Race Thailand is back on our TV. And even more so because we just get to see more Pangina heels. And I, for one, am thrilled about that.
Oh, absolutely.
The girls ate, but yes.
Let me just, because we can talk about Pangina all day long for hours on end and how great and beautiful and stunning and fabulous she looks. But I'm gonna say this whole panel ate down. Everybody knew the assignment. Everybody knew the assignment.
Shock.
Everybody.
Shock.
Yeah. She ate with this white pants. Like, baby, if that is not a
this
proper
side boob, I'm.
The way that I
am I
Are we?
Listen.
Are we?
Y'all were talking about.
Let me tell you something about women.
While y'all talking about VP, this is who I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Who's that?
Are we all just being converted to pansexuality in this moment?
Honestly, I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I mean,
get a new
it's gonna take a lot to turn my head away from the beautiful men that I've seen in my life. But baby girl, you are trying very hard.
I believe. I'm with you.
You are trying very hard right now to get me to.
Why not have all of them, Lana? Why not have everyone?
so good. She's so good. That
Might as
white
well.
suit is giving me everything I need.
Everything.
And then you match that with this one, the person next to her in this blue short. Is that short set with the cutout in the back?
I believe is their name. Mettini.
The cutout in the back
is so
to
good.
give me a half shirt.
And it's on theme with the runway.
Yes.
And it's on theme with the runway.
Honestly, this look is better than some of the runways that we got.
Ooh. And then
keep it going down.
PR coming down in this. Oh my god! Now, if there is no other reason to watch the first 2 seasons of Drag Race Thailand, it is to see Art Aria on the runway. And
holy Christ,
baby, Art 8 down on this runway. Art 8 down on this runway. And Ying, also
met
adorable.
This person today, and I'm obsessed. So I believe you.
Because at first I was like, "Is this a nude illusion?" No, it's just a gold top, and I love that even better. Love. Everybody ate. They knew the assignment that they were given, and they came in with extra credit. Period.
Absolutely, yes.
This is the best looking judging panel I've seen as a whole. Like, we've seen some good points in judging panel, like, oh, this person looked good and that person looked good. But as a whole, baby, they ate. They ate.
Absolutely.
I want that white suit so bad.
The fit of that pant, I'm
obsessed.
The way that I just want to keep saying charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent, and yas. I can't, but I want to.
The pant hit just at the right. It stopped right at the right lip. The suit is tailored to perfection. Kudos to your tailor. That's all I'm saying.
They ate down with choosing these judges this season.
Absolutely, yes.
We can move because we'll be sitting here till 2 o'clock in the morning.
We could go on, but we
could go on, but unfortunately we
won't.
won't because we do have talent show performances that we are going to talk about. I've got them broken up a little bit so we can go by segment. We got our first 4 up here right now being Nane, Sarasha, Godland, and Benzediva. Now, I did my rankings for the talent show. I don't know about y'all, but I did my rankings.
I did my rankings as well.
I'm feeling very David Healy in this moment.
Usually I do, but for some reason this time I didn't.
I did
because a lot of them just kind of fell in the middle for me. So I have like my favorites and my least favorites, and everyone else in the middle is kind of like in the same spot, kind of in the same place. So quick thoughts on the 4 queens that we have on the screen. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, we can do it that way.
Okay. So Nane, I think, was literally just fine. Literally a safe, fine performance. Sriracha, I enjoyed it more. I really enjoyed the dancing, but the lighting was just so distracting. Like, I wanted to see her feet, and the lighting was. We touched on that, but I actually enjoyed it. I wanted more, but I thought it was good. Now, who's next? Godland. I also thought it was fine. I didn't really enjoy the song choice necessarily, but I think the performance was, again, just safe. And then Benze was beautiful. That's the best way that I can describe it, I think, because the whole time that she was performing, I was just looking at it, mesmerized, and thinking like, oh my god, this is so beautiful to watch. That's what I felt like the whole performance. So out of these 4, Benze was the one that I enjoyed the most. And honestly, I think Godland was the person that I enjoyed maybe the least out of these 4.
Okay. Well,
she would be in my bottom overall though, but out of these 4, yes.
Okay.
We are going to have some wildly different opinions on this here occasion.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I kind of also agree as well. Like that we're going to have different opinions. I agree with you with Nani. She is very middle of the road for me. Let me actually say my rankings: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she literally is sixth for me. Like middle, the most middle of the road that she can be. Like we've seen talent shows like this before, and it's at this point really hard to do a lip sync to your own song and like really do something impressive with it because we've seen it so much. And I think she did well, but she didn't surprise me. Sriracha doing a belly dance is risky. It's something interesting, but it just she was one of the ones that I felt were the most nervous, and you could tell that she was so nervous.
The face.
And yeah, the face. You could tell
Mm-hmm.
when she was making a mistake. You could see it on her face that she was like, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that," or like, "Oh, that didn't go as I planned." So like there was a struggle there, and yeah, she sadly was in my bottom three, but she was like my low save. She was my eighth, ninth. Yeah, she's my ninth. Uh, Godland, I think did a pretty good job. I think out of like all of the lip sync performances, this was one of the better ones because we got a lot of lip sync performances this episode, and so Godland for me personally was one of the better ones. I liked this performance overall. She gave me energy and she gave me like just enough for me to like enjoy it. But yeah, she was fifth for me. Like she's not like outstanding, but she did a pretty good job. And then Bensi did like this beautiful traditional dance, and I was living for it. It was definitely one of my favorites because I was just mesmerized the entire. It was just I really appreciate when queens do something traditional. I will always love that, and I also understand that it's one of the tougher things to do, especially for international audiences. But I got it, and I appreciated it, and I really enjoyed it, and so she was definitely up there for me. I enjoyed this.
My sentiments are pretty much the same. I think in this one, I think Nani was okay. She did all right. Nothing to remember. Nothing that I was just like blown away by. Sriracha, I felt like it was fine, but it could have been more. Like it could have been more. Like she was giving me more the same movements over and over and over and over again. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this 4 times, and I'm gonna switch it up and do this eight times, and then I'm gonna turn around and do this 4 more times, and I'm gonna turn around and do the same thing I did the first time and do the hip thing again. It's like, okay, give me something else. We know belly dancing is an art, and it's a lot in that is involved in belly dancing. And if you're going to do it, I need you to do it right. I need more. I want the more staccato moves like in the belly dancing that we've seen and that we know, and then mix it with the fluid and the staccato parts. Like I just felt like it was belly dance 101. Like she just started learning a couple weeks ago and was like, "I'm gonna do this performance," and I just learned it. I was taught. It just didn't feel like it was up to par. Godlin, I thought was fine. Lip sync was on point. Like she did what she needed to do. I like that she was giving us costume changes in the performance. Like she was really trying to perform. And so I could appreciate that. And then Benzie, I think that was beautiful. It was beautiful Thai tradition. And I've seen like Thai dances. Like I really enjoy the intricacy of Thai dance because it's the fingers and it's the way that they have to hold their hand, and everything has to be so on point, and the foot has to point down, and this and this. It's so hard. I appreciate that she went for it and did it and was so respectful that it made me feel like I needed to respect it. And I love that. Anytime somebody is going to give me their heart and their tradition and their homeland, I can do nothing but respect it and have admiration for it. And I think she looked beautiful. It was parts in the middle that I was like, is that? Oh, okay. It's fine. Because it was a part where she was like doing this part, and it kind of looked very loosey goosey when I felt like it should have been more on, point. But like I said, I'm not Thai. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Maybe that was the right thing. Maybe it was good. And that was how it was supposed to be. All I know is I appreciated it and I enjoy watching her do it.
Yeah, so when I did my rankings overall, I judged them on clarity of concept and enjoyment of me watching. So that's going to inform why some of my rankings are going to be probably a little bit different than the group overall. I'll say that. But starting with Nane, I thought the performance was very clean, very concise. It was a good performance. I didn't love that we saw the flower petals in the parasol before she revealed it. There were a couple of things that were just a touch sloppy, but overall, I thought the performance was good. I have Nane at number 5 for me. Sarasha, no. She was my number 11. It felt half-baked. I appreciate her wanting to do something different. I do acknowledge that, and I appreciate her for it. But like y'all said, it felt like she had been doing this for like a couple of weeks and then did it on Drag Race. So it missed the mark completely for me. Godland, I was obsessed with. I have Godland at number 2 because I just think the performance was very clean. The reveal was clean. The lip sync was clean. Like she said, I appreciate someone going punk and someone going so out of the realm of what everyone else has done. And I really, really appreciated it. The look was great. There's definitely an element of bias. I will acknowledge that 100%. But I still I just think she did a really, really good job. And then Benzadiva, a very good, very culturally important performance. I respected the performance. I thought it was very good. The look was good. I have Benze at number 6. Right in the middle for me.
Just because you said, I just wanted to say, like, the way that I kind of,
yeah,
because I didn't rank anything, but like the way that I kind of judged this talent show is just purely on how much I enjoyed myself while watching it. That's it.
Fair.
So for everyone listening and watching, that's how I'm judging it. So
I agree. I also
so like for me, Godland was my least favorite because I didn't like the song choice. You know what I mean? So I wasn't able to enjoy it as much. That's the thing.
That's fair. Completely fair. Completely fair.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to clear that out because I didn't want to make it sound like she did bad or anything, because she didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I liked the song. And hey,
so that's why you
River and I have
more than I did.
I was going to say, sometimes River and I have differing opinions. This is one of those times.
Not often enough. Yes.
Also,
sometimes it does happen.
Gotland's look being Vivian Westwood inspired.
Shout out to thriving mother Melinda Verga.
Period.
Oh my God.
Thriving.
Love. Anyways, that's all I want to say.
Next up, we've got 4 very interesting performances to talk about all at once. We've got Frankie, we've got Siam, Shotgun, and Spicy.
Probably the 4 most interesting and different talent show performances that we had. Like, the most out there, I think.
I would love to start this because I feel like I can finish really quickly.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Frankie ate, the rest of them didn't. Period. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right.
I'm going to use more words to kind of say the same thing, but yes. So Frankie was the one person that she actually made me scream laugh. And I do not remember many talent show performances that made me scream laugh. Maybe like laugh, giggle, yes, but not like this. So out of the most recent talent shows, this and Evil the Queen on Global were like my top, at least of this year, 2 of my favorites, for sure. CM, I had the same reaction as the judges. That's all I'll say. And yeah, I was like, sure. Okay. She looked great though. She looked beautiful. But girl. In Shotgun, I really wanted to like this because I like her. And throughout the performance, I was like, okay, I was making an effort to like it and enjoy it, but I couldn't. I didn't. It's it's a no for me. Yeah. It's not a question mark for me, Lana. It's just a no. The answer is no. It's not there's no
Valid.
question.
It
There's
was
no
like,
question and the answer
what?
is no.
It was more of a what?
Yeah. What am I watching? And also get it off
What?
my screen. Like,
Wait a
Huh?
minute.
no.
What
Who
the
are
fuck are you
you?
doing?
What is
is
going
this?
Why?
on?
It was
Why
all
are we doing this?
the WH questions.
Yes, it's
What,
the where,
why,
why, and even the
how,
how.
when.
Why and how are we
Why,
doing this
how are we?
performance?
Yeah.
Why? What is the
But
purpose of
mostly
this?
and most importantly, why?
Huh?
Literally.
Yeah.
What
Why?
or
Huh?
what? Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. And then Spicy was really fun. It was really entertaining. We saw with other talents, like the way that the girls were able to use the LED light, like the panels in the back, to add to the performance and to add like some dimension. I wish she would have done more in that sense because her performance itself was really good.
Okay. I mostly agree with what you guys said. Frankie, this stupid bitch. This stupid bitch, and I say that with love. I was reacting the same way that RuPaul reacted when she saw Jimbo's talent show. I was screaming, I was laughing, I was living for it. This was probably my favorite overall. This was funny, and it was a risk, and I appreciated the risk, and it was really fun. Siam was there. Uh, dare I say, worst talent show. Because not only was I confused, I was bored. Uh, Shotgun was there. Confused? Why? I don't understand what's going on. And Spicy, okay, Spicy I actually really enjoyed. I thought she did something interesting, something fun. We've seen it before. Latrice did it and did it better, but I still quite enjoyed it. I enjoy this kind of performances. They're really always fun and really super energetic. I will say like the words of her song didn't make much sense, but I don't really want to hold like that grudge against her because like
No.
I understand that like translating Thai into English can be pretty complicated, and she wasn't the only one that had this issue, and so I'm not holding that against her at all when it comes to judging this performance, but I did want to mention it because it was something I noticed. But I actually really enjoyed this performance, and it was one of my favorite ones probably. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, just sorry before you go because I forgot to say that, but yes, Frankie was my top for the week. Definitely my favorite. Spicy was my second favorite, and then Siam and Shotgun were my two least favorites, with Siam being my least favorite for sure.
Per. Yeah, Frankie, by far, with a large margin between first and second, was the best of this week. By a country mile, there was no one else that could have won this challenge. And I didn't say should. I said there's no one else that could have won this challenge. It was absolutely incredible. She knows what she's doing. She knows that she's the shit. And the fact that this dumb bitch, and again, I say that with the most love in the world, this dumb bitch came out there and did a split on a bottle of poppers.
I was living.
That is
with the
that
nose
is a queen
on her ass.
That is a queen after my own heart, and I thank you, Frankie, for representing all of us. Thank you.
I feel
thank
seen.
you, Frankie.
I feel seen, and I feel.
I feel very seen by Frankie's performance. So thank you. Thank you. And I know that she's incredible. Siam, Pretty girl.
Mhm.
I have her at number 9 in my ranking because I think she looked the best out of my 3 least favorites. But quite honestly, if I could have a joint 3-way last place, I probably would. That's literally what I used to distinguish between Siam, Sarasha, and Shotgun. And they were all shit. And I say that with all the love in the world, queens. Shotgun I have at 10 because I was confused. I was bewildered. I was wondering why whipped cream came out. Why is she dressed as a monkey? Why are we spraying whipped cream and pouring, I'm gonna assume coconut milk, into translucent, clear breast holders? Again, I'm gonna ask, why is she a monkey? You know, preseason when I didn't understand why, I was like, oh, Shotgun's definitely not the person that's been doing drag for 5 months. Now I know why.
Yeah.
And Spicy, I also enjoyed. I thought Spicy was good. I have Spicy at number 4. I wouldn't have had her in the top personally, but I think she had a very solid performance. The lyrics, while not fully making sense in English, I got the understanding. And I'm not going to hold any English issues against any of these girls because at the end of the day, they're doing their absolute best with English, and I commend all of them for it. Because it's not their first language. And I commend all of them for using as much English as they choose to or as they have. And I really love that for all of them. It was very much so, I'm a fierce bitch and I'm gonna win and I'm gonna take the crown and here's why I will win, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's very that. But in this talent show, it was decent for me. So
The song was not the greatest, but the performance was good. So
the performance was, I can tell that she's a good performer, and I'm excited to see her in more performance-based challenges.
But I do agree with you. I didn't particularly enjoy the song, but
yeah. Lana, what were you gonna say?
I was about to say, my thing with Shotgun though, I felt like she could have did like, even if you're going to do this talent, like you're pouring the cream in the things and you're putting the milk or whatever in there, like you could have had something to put on top and did to like shake it so it could be like, it's the milkshake. I'm doing it like my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Like something. You could have made it like, I don't understand why you're the monkey. You could have made it sexy and him like, but can't be sexy. Like, you know, I'm crazy. I'm gonna make a drink in my boobs. Sexy, sexy, sexy. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And then have the boob come off and you pour it in a little glass at the end and be like, something else. Why the monkey? Why that? Like, if you're going to do a campy bartender making a drink sort of thing, make it make sense. Make it, or heck, if you are going to be a monkey, why didn't you put a banana in there? Why didn't you put at the end, like, pull out the banana, like, oh, stick it in the thing, shake it, shake it, shake it. And then it would have made, like, nothing you did made sense. And I'm like, that's where I agree with you, Logan. That's where the 5.5 months come into play, because she was even saying in the workroom, I don't know what talent. I don't lip sync. I don't do this. This is not what I do. I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, oh, you're the young baby queen. And it's showing so bad. I feel like Drag Race needs to be like, look, you can't come on this show if you ain't got at least 2 years under your belt. It just feels so hard. It feels mean to put these girls who don't know nothing about nothing on this international stage and say, go out there and do it. Yeah. And then they go out there and do it. And the audience is looking at them like, what was that? And you don't want to be that way, especially to new queens. You don't want to be like, girl, what are you doing? But they have to learn, and they put themselves out there for judging and critiques. So she has to know that this is coming. And I hope that it just helps her and all of these queens, like you said, grow. From this week to next week, they need growth. It has to happen because this was not it. This talent show showed this was not it. And it's so bad. And so I feel bad because I want to love them and I want to like them. And I do like them. I just wish the talent part was a little bit more on par. And like I said, hopefully we'll get that in the coming weeks of the show. I'm very still open and excited about the season. But this was rough.
I agree.
It's rough.
Let's talk about our last 3 talents. We have Karamite, we have Gigi Ferocious, and we have ZP.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so starting with Kara, here's the thing. The judges were living for it. I enjoyed watching it, but I didn't get it, but I still liked it, if that makes sense. Like I do not understand anything that I watched. Anything. Not at all. But I still had a good time watching it, and I like being confused sometimes. And it made me confused in a way that I enjoyed. And she captivated me with the performance, and so it didn't matter that I didn't understand because I still liked it. And then Pangina said the same thing, and I was like, okay, good. So yeah, so I felt like my feelings about the performance were very valid after that. With Gigi, this was another performance that for me was just fine. It was fine. Safe. She looked beautiful. I think out of the performances that were just fine and just safe, she probably looked the best out of everyone. And I still thought it was entertaining, but it felt a little messy and just a little bit underwhelming. But still safe for me. And then my girl, my love, Zippe. I was so mesmerized by the beauty that I thought I was enjoying it, but then halfway through it, I was like, wait, actually, I'm not entertained. I was just staring at her face, and then that was like the talent for me, but then I had to like kind of click out and be like, okay, no, wait. I gotta be watching the talent, not the woman. And her talent, I think, was, again, fine. Just fine. But this face, I especially this picture, I cannot.
I mean, she is beautiful.
It's
yeah. When it comes to Kara, I don't know where to rank. I didn't know where to rank her at first because I was like, there's very clearly a storyline happening here, and I'm very clearly missing it, and I'm confused. And sadly for me, that confusion didn't work. Like I was not, since I was confused, I was like not really enjoying the performance as much as everyone else clearly was. And like, when you're like standing in a group and someone says a joke that you don't get but everyone else does, and you're just like feeling so left out, and you're just like, oh, I'm stupid. That's how I felt. I felt stupid. I felt dumb. I was like, I'm clearly missing something and I feel bad. And so I was just like, I did not care for this performance, but clearly there was something that I was missing. So at the same time, I couldn't put it in the bottom because first of all, she wasn't as bad as the other 3, and she at least had a storyline, which I appreciated. Gigi, I agree with you, River, did fine. I feel like this performance would have been elevated if she had some like good old school voguing. Like, I don't know, I was like waiting for it to happen. And my biggest question here is, why does she want to kill me? Why does she want to kill me? In the end, she pointed at us and said, I want to kill you. why do you want to kill me? What did I do wrong? I'm sure I deserve it, but tell me why, please and thank you. No, but
The question's on everyone's mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you want to kill me in specific? No, like this is what I was gonna what I was referencing when I brought up Spicy's kind of not super coherent lyrics. This is clearly another situation where clearly something was mistranslated, and she clearly didn't mean to say I'm gonna kill you, or I want to
Or
kill
maybe
you.
it wasn't. Maybe it was translated correctly, but it's just maybe it's a saying or something in Thai that it
Yeah,
doesn't translate, like an expression or
my
something, right?
my immediate thought is that she was trying to say something like I'm gonna slay this, or I'm gonna slay you, or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
could translate to kill you.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm not gonna hold it against her, but I thought it was really funny that at the very end of her performance she did point at us and say that she wanted to kill us. And when it comes to CP, I was so infatuated with CP that I was just in love with the performance, and I'm completely biased in this situation because I never caught on to the fact that I wasn't actually looking at the performance and I was just looking at her. So I was living, I was loving, I was living, laughing, loving. And so, yeah, I guess she just is too pretty. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess she's too pretty because I just was looking at her and maybe I wasn't really looking at the performance. Yeah.
I start with Kara. I did not understand it. I didn't get the joke. It is what it is. I didn't get it. The judges were living for it. I was loving that for them. I just didn't get it. And so it was not highly ranked for me. I was just like, okay. I mean, I think towards the end I started to get, I'm like, okay, a mother feeding these children, I guess the story is, but then I'm like, maybe it's funny because they're baby dolls and they're not real babies, and then she ate the food anyway from the baby. I don't know. I didn't get it, so I was not. I couldn't. I couldn't rank it high. I couldn't be like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Um, it was fine. Gigi, I agree with both of what you said. It was fine. It could have been more. I agree with you, Eduardo. I would have loved to send some whatever in it. But maybe that's not what she do. And if that ain't what she do, I can't make her do it. But it was fine. I like the outfit, and then I like the transformation, and I like both looks. So I'm like, okay, cool. I thought it was fine. ZP, it was alright. I didn't get mesmerized by the beauty. I see it, I liked it. Then I was like, but what about the performance? And then I was like, girl, you just twirl it around the stage and it's not giving me nothing. Like, it's not giving me anything. You look pretty, but you ain't giving me nothing. You're giving me pretty looks. And so it wasn't the best for me.
Well, I am once again ready to have different opinions from most other people on this panel. I really feel like David today. So starting with Kara, I didn't think the performance was bad. I got some of the comedy. I didn't get most of the comedy, and I didn't particularly care for the look all that much, but I'm happy to know that she is funny. That is something I'm very happy to know now. So I have Kara at 8th overall. Gigi, I wanted to like more than I did. Because she comes out in, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what just happened. My lights went out. I don't know. Gigi came out, and I really thought in the first 15 seconds of the performance, I was like, she's going to give us old way Vogue down. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm here for it. And then it was some good stunts and some not as successfully done stunts.
Offbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Gigi at number 7. Because I really like the look. and I liked the suit, and I loved the stoned bodysuit underneath. It was very, very well done. Whoever made that for her, gorge.
And going from the suit to that, like that difference was so good.
And I understood the story of what she was going for. So I liked that I understood. There was a clarity of concept there that brought her above a lot of other people for me. Zeepy, I have at number 3. I really enjoyed what Zeepy did.
Yeah.
Most of my enjoyment was actually with the lyrics of her song. Because I thought she did something that no one else did, and I appreciated it, in that she blended Thai and English, and I think it worked so well for her. Like, her flow was very good. It was my favorite of the original songs that were performed. I thought the flow was good. The performance was good. She's got charisma and star power down.
Yeah.
And that is honestly what elevated her above most of the other performers on this occasion. I wouldn't particularly say that it is a strong number 3 on my list. It is number 3 because it is my 3rd most enjoyable performance to watch. And I thought the dancing and the fighting stuff afterwards was fine. It was okay. But what I was really mesmerized by was her star power. There was an alluring quality to her in this performance, and the song itself I thought was really good. So
interesting.
I knew I was gonna gag y'all with having ZP number 3, but
you say that, and I have CP4.
Well,
yeah. Really? Okay.
Well, I'm interested because at the time of filming, David has not watched the premiere. I'm really interested to hear David's rankings. That's who I want to hear.
Yeah.
Not that I don't appreciate all of you, and you all have wonderful.
No, we know David, and we know exactly what you were saying.
I wouldn't be shocked if David was like, I wasn't living for Frankie. I had her lower than everyone else.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see it. See it.
I am gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna give you a taste of David right now, then, because with ZP, I had to watch. It was the only performance that I had to watch twice, because the first time I was like, okay, I didn't pay attention to anything that she was doing because I was looking at her face. Then I had to watch and police myself and be like, okay, I have to pay attention to what she's actually doing. And then I would have had her in the bottom 3. Not lip syncing, bottom 3, but then safe. But I mean, if it was just for the talent shows, because we will talk about the runway on over here. I think with the runway, I would have put her safe. But if it was just the talent shows, she would be in my bottom 3. Unfortunately,
I am going to go off on the record here, and David will correct me. I am sure when he listens to this, David would have had Frankie ranked number 1. I think it would be, he would clearly have Frankie ranked number 1. I think he would agree with us on that. I don't think it would be that different. I think David would have said the same thing. Like, they laughed, and because Frankie is the only person, like we said, could have won. I think so. Now, David, you will tell me if I'm wrong, but the wife in me is saying,
and also
I know my
husband,
and so I know my husband, and he is saying Frankie would have been number 1. Now, I don't know about nobody else. That one I will say. But yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Let's talk about Untucked. Oh wait,
there was no Untucked.
Not even like the mini Untucked that we get.
Not even. At all.
Not at all.
That's why I feel like we don't know any of these girls' personalities, honestly. But
when they came back to hear the result, when they were here, we could see like the reaction that they were having to the results in the background. Gave us the feeling that something happened, like some conversation happened, that everyone was kind of like, people were shocked. We missed a chunk of.
Well, I think there's a specific reason why. I think there's a specific reason why a lot of people were shocked, and we'll talk about it here shortly.
Yes.
But
yes.
our top 3 ends up being Kara, Frankie, and Spicy. Sure. Okay.
I agree with 2 of these.
I agree with one of these, but okay.
And thankfully, it's the winner, Frankie! Yay!
Something we can all agree on, finally.
Yeah.
100%.
Lord, if we didn't, I would have a meltdown.
Right. And our bottom 3 is Shotgun, Sriracha, and Siam. And Siam is...
I agree. I agree.
This was my bottom 3. And I also agreed with the bottom 2 being Sriracha and Shotgun. Now, this is where we get the most poignant reaction. And it's from Frankie. And she's just like...
Gagged.
Gagged.
Okay, just because you don't know this girl doesn't mean she's immediately going to be in the bottom.
Right.
But
I mean,
she
maybe
she
should have been.
The talent show was so bad that they were like, oh.
But if we're using, and what I think they did in this case, if we're using Runway as the tiebreaker between these 3, Siam should have been safe.
Sure, but for me, Siam was the obvious worst because I was bored and I was confused. With Shotgun, I was confused, but I guess I wasn't bored. And with Sriracha, I was just like, this is fine. This is
underwhelmed.
I'm underwhelmed. Yeah. So for me, there was like a clear divide between the bottom 3. And Siam being safe, I was gagged because I was
gooped as well. I was gooped the same.
For me, Siam had the worst talent show, and I just cannot see in my mind how you can have a talent show where you're only cutting a wig, a prosthetic pink wig, and then putting it on, and how that's safer than like a middle of the road, slightly below average belly dancing. Like, I just don't see it, in my personal opinion.
It doesn't make sense. And look, I understand, I agree, the runway should matter.
Yes.
Should matter, period. But it should only be a tiebreaker if the main challenge performance was too close to tell. And it was not the case here, I don't think. Honestly.
Yeah. So they lip-sync.
We didn't talk about the looks, but we are going to talk about them on Look Over Here.
So.
Yes, God. So go check those out. But we have a lip sync.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
It happens, yes.
It's one of the lip syncs of all time.
Keeping on theme, it was just absolutely fine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, not good, just
I would say above average.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I thought it was fine. I did appreciate that we didn't get any like confessionals in between of the actual lip sync because that's always annoying. No one ever like really enjoys that. Sometimes they're funny, like Free Willy and like Come On Circus Delay, but other than that, like we never really get a moment in those situations. So I appreciated that we didn't get a confessional. The lip sync was fine. If I was gonna pick one of the 2, I thought Sriracha did better than Shotgun because Shotgun, in my opinion, had a messier lip sync, and Sriracha had something interesting, like somewhat interesting.
She used those same 4 moves from her talent show, and here it actually worked.
They worked.
And when she lost her wig and then quickly was like, I'm going to use my real hair and whip it around, and it didn't faze her at all.
At all.
It gave very much the same energy of Kylie tripping and then doing the very that.
On a lesser level, but yes.
Not on that level, but same energy. And with like the quick reaction and like turning it around, not being phased, that is something that would win a lip sync for me personally. So they were really close for me up to that point. They were like neck and neck. It could go either way for me. But after that, I was like, okay, Sriracha is doing it for me. Because then she kind of went with the energy went up a little bit when she did started whipping the hair.
Yeah, I think the energy kind of shifted at that moment, but I think they were going neck and neck and back and forth. At one point, like, oh, Short Gun's doing really well. Sriracha ain't doing it well. Oh, Sriracha's doing really well. Short Gun is falling short. And it kind of went back and forth throughout. But I agree when Sriracha took the wig off and started whipping her hair. In that moment, she went up a little bit and Short Gun started feeling a little desperate. Like, oh, I have to do something. And then she started taking off stuff and it wasn't bad, but it was just good enough. And I felt the decision that they made was probably the best. And it gives, it was fair because I felt like, and y'all know me, I am somebody like send folks home. I don't care about people staying and, in this situation with this franchise and this moment, I felt like it was the best situation that could have happened. And I was like, okay, good. This needed to happen for this. So we can get a chance to, number one, know these girls for sure.
Yeah.
Give them a do-over for week 1 because I feel like this needs a do-over. This week needed a do-over. And so I feel like it gives them a do-over. And it feels like we will now get to know and they can get to figure out how to format their show a little bit better to make it not just enjoyable for the girls and it makes sense, but it makes it enjoyable for the audience. It'll make sense to us as we watch it. So I thought this was the most fairest thing to do. This was one of the few times I'm like, yes, absolutely, don't do that. Don't.
Because Sriracha technically wins the lip sync.
Technically,
and I agree.
Yes.
And then they don't send anyone home, but I agree with you, Lana. I'm so happy.
I'm very happy about that.
I didn't want to lose anyone this early.
Me either.
Because I am really liking all of them. And I really, I hope I am coming back here to this space next week. And I'm going to say, oh my God, episode 2 was so good. They knocked it out of the park. I hope that is what I'm going to be saying next week. And even Pangina was like, all right, y'all, we need to step it up.
Y'all have to do better than this. And I love that because it's like she's telling them like this was not it. And we need some improvement happening out here. I think that is the fire that all of them needed because she didn't just sit here and say, just you two in the bottom need to step it up. She was like, all of y'all,
all of you
need to step this up because this was not it.
It was kind of like a stage mother being like, okay, first performance, the nerves are out. You did it. Now it's for real. Now let's do it for real.
This reminded me of what happened in Mexico 1.
I was literally about to bring that up.
This literally happened in Mexico 1, where
we have to stop sharing the brain cell, and the only reason River didn't say it too is because they haven't seen season 1 of Mexico.
Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way.
I saw
spoiler: no one goes home on the first episode.
Yeah.
But in one of the most disastrous lip syncs of all time. Just prepare for that. It's bad. They both should have gone home.
They both should have gone home.
They didn't.
But they didn't.
But both of them should have gone.
Yeah. And Valentina told them, like, hey, this is not up to par. This is not what I want. And I will not accept this again. If I see this again, I'm going to be upset. And after that, the girls started, like, when it comes to challenges, they started stepping it up. They didn't really step it up on the lip syncs until, like,
midway
a few episodes later.
Midway through.
Until Argenis came in and slayed.
Yeah. Camaleónica. Anyways. Yeah, and I'm hoping that's going to be the exact same situation here. In which, like, episode 1, we struggled. It was not great. And the host is telling you, hey, I don't like this. We need to step it up. And everyone feels that fire. And it's like, okay, I get it. I need to step it up. And I'm going to do great.
Absolutely.
I really hope that that's what happens.
Yep.
Me too.
So, let's talk about our draft for a second because boy,
Wow.
things are a little interesting.
Wow.
I'm excited.
I'm a little traumatized from drafting, so I set this one out.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I'm interested to see how this is gonna go.
Yes.
I mean,
So
I have been losing all of the drafts, so I'm expecting to lose this one as well. Yay!
well, Julie.
Well, Julie.
So currently in joint fourth are me and David with 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
In third place is Brandon with 8.5 points. And in joint first place are Lana and Eduardo with 9 points each. And I would like to point out all 3 of Eduardo's draft members were safe this week. And he's in first.
That's
I had a
wild.
top
That's wild.
and a bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
loved
that.
it. I loved it.
Forgot about
When I
that.
looked at it, I was
Because
like,
all of the rest of us
mhm,
had either Siam,
mhm.
Short Gun, or Thrasha.
Slay. Honestly,
Don't get
I
too
love it.
excited. You're tied with me. Just remember, tied. We're tied.
That's absolutely fine.
And I'll
This
take
is an
that.
improvement.
And I'll take
This
it.
is a huge improvement. I've been
I'm
We're going to
Absolutely, I'll
clap for
take
the
it.
fact that
A win's
Eduardo
a
is
win.
first in the draft right now.
Look,
Yeah,
savor
this
this moment.
This is the
Savor
first
this
and only
moment.
time that I've been first in the draft, and like in the last 2 drafts that I've had, I've been last. So
And started last. I feel you, Eduardo. I've been there.
Yeah, well,
Started
maybe not
last
for
and couldn't
España,
recover.
but like,
Yeah.
Lord, don't get me started.
Well,
on
well, that is where we are at right now for this here occasion. So we will be back next week to talk about episode 2. Make sure to check out our episode of Look Over Here, where we are talking about both the entrance looks and the runway looks for this week for Drag Race Thailand. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Let us know all your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below. Make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, cheers.
Cheers.
And go check out our conversations with Pangina Hills on the cup. Period.
And stand Pangina Heels for clear skin. Thank you.
Absolutely.